Everybody, Jim here at Team Aquatics. I just wanted to update everyone on the status of my home office, also known as my fish cave, my fish room. Um, as you may have noticed, I've gotten into Africans now, and I set up a 55 that I had sitting in the basement as a Buna tank, Lake Malawi Buna tank, and the rocks that I have in there is actually from just a couple of big rocks I had in my backyard. I just smashed apart with a sledgehammer, and I think it came out pretty cool looking. I'm not much of a tank decorator, but you can see there's a lot of little caves in there for the fish to hang out. Now, I bought these at a local fish store. The guy that owns it is actually an expert in Africans, and I have a list of the fish that he gave me to start off this tank. I went with the overstocking is what you want to do when you're starting with Africans to kind of mitigate the aggression. But so in the tank, I have, and pardon my mispronunciations, haven't done a whole lot of research on Bunas and the proper pronunciation, but I have some yellowtail ACI, yellow labs, a hongi or hongai, snow white, sokolophai, some textilis, I believe it's called, Johanni. I have two otter point jakes, and I believe they're peacocks. So they're not Buna, but he did say that they will get along in this tank, temperament-wise, with the other cichlids that he sold me. Feel free to comment under the video if you disagree, or there's some species that I have in here that aren't recommended. I have some red zebras, white libido, and Cynotilapia kobu or kobu. So yeah, that's the African tank that I had just set up about, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I'm running a canister filter on there, a Cascade 1000 that I had in the basement, and also an Aqua Clear. I believe they're called 110s now, but they used to be the old 300 or 500. But the filter media that I'm running is all seeded from my other tank, so they're fully cycled. So yeah, that's what I've got going here with this African tank, and I'm really loving it. I've never really dealt with Africans ever. I've pretty much kept to the South American continent, but I'm really digging this. They're really cool. They're really active fish, fun to watch. They seem like they're hungry all the time, so it's tough for me to limit their feeding. But I am about 3 times really small feedings a day, just trying to grow them out. I may have to cull it back a little bit as they begin to grow. I'm not sure if 20 is too much for a 55. I'm sure it probably is, but I'm not really sure. I know I'm over filtered, so I could probably keep them all in here. But you know what? Feel free to comment. I'm learning the Africans. So then over here, and pardon the mess, my daughter uses this as a playroom. So here's my planted tank. I've got a mishmash of fish in here because it's really the tank that my daughter loves. But I've got tons of val in there growing. I've got some angels, some Pleiades. I've got guppies in there and a couple of gouramis. But yeah, I'm running the CO2 in that tank. I've got some Amazon swords. I've got a lot of duckweed and some of that African stuff that looks like duckweed. I forget what it's called. I don't think it's frogbit, which I think is South American, but I think it's stuff that people put in their garden ponds. But it's great cover, and it looks really cool. So yeah, I've got this tank rolling. A lot of the plants, once they start to split off, I've been, throwing them in my big 150 discus aquarium. Still trying to get some better plants other than just the water sprite growing in there. That's still just a work in progress. It's a mess, but yeah. So this is my planted 55 high-tech tank. You can see I've got, for CO2, I'm running just a paintball. I think that's a 20 ounce paintball can with Greenleaf Aquatics regulator on it. And I gotta say, thumbs up to Greenleaf Aquatics. Unbelievable product. Really like their product. But yeah, I'm running a Cascade 1500 on this tank as well. Another canister filter I just had kicking around the basement. It's a great filter. It just does what it's supposed to do. And yeah, so this is a really fun tank. I'm definitely going to be culling it back a little bit. I'll probably pull the gouramis out and put them in a different tank, or adopt them out to a local fish store. But yeah, this is a really fun tank. Everything's growing pretty well in it. And then, of course, people that have been subscribed to the channel or watching the channel can see the 150 discus aquarium. The plants are really rolling well. This is all low tech, not running any CO2 in it. I've got the Ecosystems Refugium underneath, filtering, UV sterilizer, everything, all the stuff's in the sump for this aquarium here. But let me see if I can get some light in here so you can see the stand. My neighbor across the street is a cabinet maker, and he actually helped me build this into the wall. You can see it in some other videos, when it was first put together, but it's really just an incredible setup. But yeah, so give it the old thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you like what I'm doing here. Change the channel name to Team Aquatics, just to break it up a little bit, make it a little bit different. But yeah, so hopefully, and I'll pan around here real quick and show you. This is my office. Hope you're not offended if you're non-hunters, but I am a hunter. I hope to make this channel, predominantly it'll probably be featuring a lot of what I'm doing with my aquariums, but I'm an outdoorsman as well, and when the weather starts to get a little bit better, I'll start posting some of my outdoor stuff as well. So, appreciate you watching. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like if you like. Don't like if you don't like. And if I'm doing anything wrong, or I've got some species mixed in here that you wouldn't recommend, please don't hesitate to post a comment and let me know what you think. See you soon.